Hello there. My name is Chris Palmer. In this video, what I would like to bring to you is today's live, which I have Matt Diggity. Matt Diggity's been in the industry forever. I'm sure he doesn't need any introductions, but the very first thing that I really want to ask you, Matt, is what's going on with you? What have you been up to? That's really
what's going on. Yeah, that's a good question. So right now, this isn't like my typical background people might see on my YouTube channel. I'm in Phuket, Thailand. So make a long story short, I normally live in Chiang Mai, Thailand, but for the first quarter of the year, the farmers don't dispose of their crops like normal people. They just fucking burn it. Excuse me. They just burn it. So the air gets really bad. So we have an excuse to head down to the islands this part of the year. So I'm in an Airbnb. I had COVID last week, and now I'm free and clear. So it's been an interesting one.
Yeah, you look healthy. Skin's clear. Looks good.
You
look healthy, man. Awesome. So, but I was more interested in business-wise because I see a lot. Like I saw the Launchpad. I saw the authority links. I've been seeing your ads popping up in my feed. Like business-wise, you're into a lot of stuff. What's the primary focus?
Primary focus. Yeah. Okay. Let me give you a snapshot of the whole ecosystem. So Diggity Marketing is the overall brand, right? It's basically content, right? Diggity Marketing produces content, and the other businesses that fall under that, like the Chiang Mai SEO conference when I do that, the Affiliate Lab, the Search Initiative. Affiliate Lab is a course on SEO and affiliate marketing. The Search Initiative is an agency. And then side businesses would be Authority Builders. That's a backlink service. And then what am I missing? LeadSpring.
That's the one. Yeah.
The main business is pretty much LeadSpring. LeadSpring is it sounds like lead generation, but it's actually affiliate marketing agency. We just basically build, rank, flip, and monetize affiliate websites, and that's the bread and butter.
Oh, that's the bread and butter. Yeah, I thought that was pretty genius when I saw. I was like, so he's getting in when people are starting to build, and then helping them give them that push, right? Is that the?
Yeah.
Was I looking at that right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So that's like what we have on LeadSpring's homepage, like the Launchpad program that you're talking about. And the Launchpad, in case people aren't familiar with it, works like this. Well, at least it used to work like this. Let's say you got a site making $5,000 a month and you get stuck. You couldn't get past that point. And you decided to partner with us, right? So we'll take over the SEO. And let's say we get you to $10,000 a month, meaning there's a $5,000 incremental gain since we've gotten on with you. Well, we would take half of that and you would take half of that. So you're now making $7,500 and LeadSpring's making $2,500. So that was the model back in the day. We've kind of retired that one. It's like an elevated level of that. We're partnering with like actual on the ground businesses like real estate agencies or law firms or something like that, taking equity in the business and then growing that way. So we don't really do it so much for affiliate sites anymore, unless it's like a really, really good opportunity, like maybe 6 figures a month, something like that.
Why is there more flow with the attorneys and the real estate agents than there is affiliate sites? Or is it because the affiliate sites fail at some point?
Well, affiliate sites are fighting an uphill battle. It kind of seems like it's always, I've been doing affiliate SEO since 2009, and it's always seemed like Google never really liked us. And there's always this product review update and this December 2020 update that kind of, at least to me, it seemed was a direct attack on affiliate marketing and SEO. So I love the affiliate model because it's super scalable, and the flip, right? You can flip a website for 50x monthly profit. That's amazing. So I'll never ditch that. But partnering with like real businesses and on the ground staff, like the benefits are great because you're pretty familiar with EAT, right? That's not a concern at all when the actual people that are running the business have a physical location, like they're real people and definitely certified. So and you know, lawyers make a ton of money. So
makes
you get
sense.
a piece of that, so you're doing good. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I understand that. So then that just leads me to the next question. So I'm really looking to learn, right? Because I've been watching you forever. It was the first one. Your stuff was the first that I came across, and then Gotch, but you were first, right? I was like, what's Diggity got, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So what I'm wondering is, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you've learned? If you had 5 of them, what do you think were some of the biggest mistakes as you're stepping through the path, walking through life? The biggest ones, like, hey, I wish I would have turned left instead of right. What are those?
I only get 5. Okay.
Or
No.
oh, you got more. Okay.
I got 100. Now I'll just give like some of the main ones that I can think off the top of my head. Is first, I remember the first time I really started to scale with content marketing and SEO and affiliate websites, and I started to get a portfolio that was generating a good chunk of money. And to me, a good chunk of money was $10,000 a month, because that's the salary I replaced as an engineer. Like, okay, I can successfully say that I've moved past that life and into this life, and it's a net zero gain. Like the sky's the limit at this point. I haven't made a bad decision. And I started to get confident, into the point where if a new SEO technique started to sound like a good idea, I just do it. I just freaking do it. Okay, apply it to all the sites, right? And the stupid thing I did back in the day was, SE Nuke, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the SOP was use PBNs for your target anchor text, which is fine, still works right now. And then you use SE Nuke for everything else. So your miscellaneous and everything else. Penguin 2.1 rolled around, just demolished the whole portfolio, right? So that kind of just like it rekindled something in my head. I just always just snapped right then and there that I'm an engineer. Like, we always test everything before assuming anything's true. So I just started applying engineering to my SEO and running single variable tests before I deploy, like on an actual website and stuff like that. So in all, it was a win, but to go from 10,000 a month to like 300 a month, like I really was like, okay, I gotta call my old boss and come crawling back. It's a hard time. So that was a big one. I would say, gosh, and this is still a work in progress. Like, another big mistake is just not knowing how to hire. I remember hiring just based on like how everyone thinks you should hire. Like, you give them standard a test, you give them some trial tasks, and you ask them some generic questions like, what is your biggest flaw? And then you make a gut feeling check, and then you hire someone. But like, hiring incorrectly is the worst possible thing you can do. Like, you spend time training them up, you literally pay them. If someone's bad, they poison your whole culture. So I mean, not knowing how to hire, I wish I could go back in time and fix like what I know now. And the spoiler alert, if you guys want to know the key to hiring, just get a book called WHO, the A Method for Hiring. It's freaking fantastic. It's just like, it's just a process at that point. What else is a big mistake? Oh, here's one. I'm going to court next month over a asset purchase agreement. I sold a website and I didn't know how to make an asset purchase agreement correctly. It wasn't properly collateralized, so I got to go to court over $500,000. So get good lawyers, or get good people that will review documents and contracts and stuff like that. That is always a good idea. I mean, other than that, like, I don't know. I kind of feel like this question is so loaded, right? Like, if you're, I think I saw Ray Dalio give this quote, like, if you're not embarrassed of the things you were doing 1 year ago, then you're not growing fast enough. So I'm always embarrassed of everything I've done. I always make mistakes, and I hope to just learn from them as I go
Lots
along.
of mistakes. Any more? Any good ones, Matt? Since I got you here, I mean,
I don't know. Maybe if some come up, I'll interrupt to embarrass myself even further.
so yeah, and that was like next on the list was, well, then, what would be some of the things you would do different, but you pretty much you wove those in there. So this is something that's been troubling me. So you're many leagues ahead of me, right? So what I'm curious of, that always drives me completely crazy, is how do you give your family time without neglecting business?
Do you have kids?
2, yeah.
Isn't it? It's like, it's a never-ending battle, right? Like, even if you give your kids 3 hours a day, 4 hours or 5 hours a day, there's an unending amount of I don't want to call it guilt, but like
It's
it's never enough. It's never enough, right? The kids deserve all the time, right? So that's a challenging one that I've been figuring out. My daughter just turned 2 on Monday, so yeah, I feel you.
yeah.
But to answer your question, like I don't work that much. I mean, I get a lot done, but I don't work that much, and the reason because of that is I really track my time. So here's an exercise that I encourage your watchers, your viewers to give it a shot at. What you're gonna do for a week straight is you jot down every single minute of time when you're working, right? So if you start working at 8:43 a.m. and your work consists of doing emails for 17 minutes, then you're going to log 8:43 to 8 o'clock Facebook, right? Or
Yep.
to 9 o'clock emails or Facebook or whatever task it was that you were doing, right? And then you do that for a week straight. And so what you're going to end up with is on a daily level and on a task level, how many minutes you're working on any of these tasks, right? So that's great. So
Right.
you find out the first surprise you'll probably have is you're only working probably 4 to 5 hours a day. That's actually working. So when you go up to take a pee, that doesn't count. When you go eat lunch, that doesn't count. None of that counts. When you're messing around on Facebook and scrolling feeds and stuff like that, that doesn't count either. So only pure work. So it's like 4 to 5 hours, right? So once you do that, you can really get a sense for like how much you're actually working. Now here's where it gets great. So if I know that I'm working 5 hours a week and then multiply that by 4.25, there's an average of 4.25 weeks in a month. So that's like 24 hours, 24 hours a week and maybe 160 hours a month, whatever it is. Obviously, I'm
Right.
not good at arithmetic, but then you take how much money did you make in a month? So maybe you made $10,000 last month divided by how many hours. Then you figure out what's your value per hour. So maybe it's $500 per hour. Maybe it's $1,000 per hour. Maybe it's $2,000 per hour. Whatever that is, if you can get anything else done for cheaper than that, then you're wasting money if you don't do that. If your value is $500 an hour and there's some task that you always thought like there's no one else who can do this, it's such a high level SEO task, only I can do this special thing. Well, if you're doing it and you could have outsourced it for $500 or less, then you're wasting money and you're hurting your business because you're defocusing yourself from the high level tasks that you should be doing. So I do this time audit once a quarter and I look in and see, okay, here's all the tasks that I did. Here's the ones that I can outsource that generate less money than my actual value per hour. So I get rid of them. And it's a constant battle of working 6 hours a day at the end of the quarter and then whittling that down and outsourcing more stuff and getting it down to 5 or 4, maybe 3 hours a day. And then what another side result, I mean, obviously you get rid of a lot of stuff and you build a great team and stuff like that. But you also like, what do you do for those 4 hours if you got rid of everything that's not worth $1,000 an hour? Well, you're working on big stuff. Like you're making deals, you're buying businesses, you're selling businesses, you're doing the big stuff. So I highly recommend this. I know this, maybe my explanation can sound a little convoluted. Maybe you need an example, but I'll make a video on my YouTube channel. And,
I get it though. That made perfect sense to me. That was
okay.
Yeah, it sounds like you've thought about, so each of my questions you've already thought about extensively. So much so that you've broken it down by the minute to write down. Yeah, so interesting.
You have
So
to
kinda
do
like
it
when
by
I'm-
the minute because everyone thinks you work 8 hours a day. Like I started at 9, I ended at 5. No way you worked 8. You weren't freaking grinding the whole time. Like it's more like 5.
Never. So this is another thing that I'm curious of. So why this is you were speaking of like money per hour. So this is something I always notice. Why is there such price inflation in the SEO community? Meaning, if you get what I'm saying. So if you're in a certain community, and I might be able to go get a link from Authority Builders for say 2 bills, but then over here it's 5. Why? Why is there so greed? Or what do you think? Just because they can? I mean,
So okay, this is like I like this question. So it's so complex. I think it's like an economic situation, right? So we look at where's the money coming from, right? The content websites, like the value you get from SEO is skyrocketing right now, right? Like let's just use affiliate SEO. You can apply this to e-commerce, you can apply it to client SEO, whatever. But the value you're getting from SEO at the end of the day is well worth it, right? If you get an affiliate website to rank to the top of Google for your main keywords for just 1 month, you just paid for the entire journey, right? The entire journey was paid for with just 1 month of being at the top of Google, right? So the profit margins are insane. That makes people a little bit more relaxed on being stingy with their wallets, just because they know it's going to be paid back eventually, right?
Yeah.
So then another thing is you have investment money coming into the space, right? People are buying SaaS websites, e-commerce, and affiliate websites, right?
Yeah.
Not even 4 years ago, we were looking at 35x multiples. So if you had a website making $1,000 a month, you could sell it for $35,000, right?
Yep.
Now they're $50,000, sometimes 55, depending on various parameters we can discuss later. But so your $1,000 a month site is now selling for 55,000. So there's all this money coming in. Like the upside is so there that the people selling the links, like the webmasters themselves, they know you guys are making money, and so they're charging you more. You know that you're going to make it back on the back end. So I think it's just like the economics of this whole thing are kind of just finding their stable state. I think the only thing that might be affected by like this whole environment is content. Like we have AI content coming out that might push down the cost for writing or human writing, just because how do you compete with a robot price? But everything else, you're right. Like SEO services, well, there's legit inflation in the real world too. Like everyone needs
for sure
more money just to eat their food and stuff.
But I've just noticed this. So it sounds too like at least with the websites, because I watch that just to get ideas for niches. So it's like there's less stock, but there's more buyers, so interesting. So that's interesting. Yeah, that was always it just I don't know, it drove me kind of crazy. It's like, man, I could go and get it here, but this guy's over here. Should I raise my price? Should I lower my price? Like I don't know where to go. So
another thing too, this just popped in my head, is like Google always trends towards higher quality, right? Like their algorithms are designed and their engineers are plugging away, just trying to get everything towards higher quality. Like the links you need more higher quality, the content you need needs to be researched and all that kind of stuff. So like the requirement to rank 2 is going up, and typically higher qualities, you're going to have to pay more for it. You need to be on better websites. You need to have better writers, stuff like that.
You got to be able to count better now, for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So this is something I keep seeing you pop up, right? And I want to run ads myself. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, if stuff wasn't working, right, you would turn it off, I would assume, unless you have unlimited budget, which that would be crazy. But so I wanted to ask you, the YouTube ads that you're running, like, does that style work? Is that effective?
Yeah.
Because it's been the same video consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious for myself, really. Sorry.
Yeah. So okay. So ads, right? Like the great thing about ads is everything's trackable, right? Like your KPIs. So like what is my ad trying to do? It's trying to get someone to watch a webinar, right? And so you can reverse engineer and figure out like what is the value of a webinar viewer to me. It's worth 95 cents. So I'll tell these algorithms, don't pay more than 95 cents or whatever that number is for a viewer of the webinar and stuff like that. So it's way more trackable than SEO, right? Like SEO, thankfully we know the ROI. Like I said before, it gets paid back at the end, and you'll get there. But paid ads is like your numbers while you're doing it, which is a great aspect of it. But like this gets me back to like, why am I doing YouTube in the first place? I almost feel like YouTube is like a young man's game, right? Like I'm looking to build an audience. I want to grind it out on YouTube and stuff like that. Like it's half like I want to like help. This is part of my personal mission. Like I want my whole MO is about freedom. Like this tattoo here is about freedom. And I want to give that to the world. So there's part of me that wants to like teach and help people figure out problems that aren't necessarily evident because SEO is kind of muddled. But the other part is like YouTube is great for retargeting, right? So you build up a subscriber list and you retarget ads to them. Like those are your best people to like encourage to take the next step with you, or check out this service that you're offering, or learn this new thing from me, something like that.
Awesome. So the answer is heck yeah, Chris. Those are great. Yeah.
They're great. I like ads.
Yeah, of course. So, and then that brings me to links or affiliate. So flipping the sites or flipping links, what's better? Or both? Well, both, I know. But if you had to choose, which one's better?
So, okay, I'll give it to you straight. So like on the monthly level, like on a normal like month-to-month level, like selling links is great. It's steady income and it's something that people need all the time. Like this, it's not seasonal at all, right? It's just yeah, and if you do a good job, like yeah, the business comes back. And affiliate can go up and down. It goes up and down with the Google algorithm. Some niches are seasonal. It's like I think every niche is pretty much seasonal to some degree, but it's the flips, man. Flipping an affiliate business and just getting a 7-figure payday, like there's nothing like that. It's not that hard, right? With a 50x multiple too, to get 7-figure payday. Like you just got to get a site to make 20K per month. I'm not saying that's an easy feat, but that's definitely not that challenging if you're good at what you're doing. And that's awesome. That's the great part of it.
And then for you, you've probably done this hundreds of times, because I get this question tons, right? For you, since you've pretty much solidified the process, what's it cost to get a site to 20K a month? Like to get it to where it's clicking, in your opinion?
Ooh, okay, so I don't remember these numbers off the top of my head, but I have a case study like on my YouTube channel. It's called like we got a site from 0 to whatever. I don't know. some title. There's a title. There's a case study, but I broke down the cost too, and the ROI is something like 400% or something like that. I want to say we invested grand total around $50,000, and then we flipped it for $600,000, something like that. So that would mean like 1,000% ROI. Okay, I don't remember. Just watch the video.
Yeah, watch the video. All right, nice. Yeah, I know that's jumping down the list here, but so so if you're launching a magnitude of projects, let's say 5 at a time or 10 at a time, 20 at a time, how many of them are a flop? Because I don't hit every single time. Like I don't.
I don't either.
Okay, so so don't worry about that.
Don't worry. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You don't have that much control over it. Like I would say that none of them really like flop. Like they'll all do something, they'll all get some rankings and traffic, but they might not make the money that you expected. And that boils a lot down to just thinking a niche is good just because you like what it is. Like smart homes, I think all the smart devices are great. Like let's go into it, but you don't know how much money it makes. So that's why it's good to, like what you said, is like look at marketplaces, see what's selling, and look at their profit and loss sheets and stuff like that. So I would say like we don't start that many projects per year, maybe 3, only about 3 per year, because we're going for big stuff and we really got to choose our battles quite well. But out of those 3, only one of them is going to really take off and be amazing for the business. The other 2 are just kind of like, okay, these will be fine. We'll sell the site in a year or something like that, but it's not going to hit stratosphere levels.
Interesting. So I shouldn't feel bad then. So I don't hit every game.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, it's almost like launching pages, really. Like not every single page ranks right away. You gotta mess around a little bit. Yeah. So okay, so 100%. I feel good about that. So this is an interesting one, right? I wrote these, they came to me. So what do you think that the life cycle of an affiliate campaign is? So what's the general life cycle for you? Like I've just noticed that, like I have like an electronics one. Oh, that was a miserable mistake, but like it was great. Oh, I did pressure cookers, right? Those one pot things, I was doing really good for about 8 months and then just boom. So like, what do you generally see? Like, how long would you ride the wave is really what I'm getting at. Yeah.
I mean, on a long enough timeline, all websites are going to die, right? Like it's just, it's hard to stay above the algorithm. And like the stuff, like even a website like New York Times, right? Like the stuff that they did 10 years ago, right? That was brilliant SEO to do at that point in time, but it's dumb now. So like it's constantly like cleaning up old work and debugging like what went wrong. And I feel like no matter what, like no matter how good at SEO you are, you're gonna get hit at some point in time. And it's just what you do at that point. Like, can you debug it and can you figure out like what went wrong? If you can continuously do that, I think you can work on a website forever. Like all these websites that got demolished, like Gear Hungry, like I'm pretty sure they can recover that, but are they willing to do the work and do they know what went wrong? So like some example, like probably the worst hit like I experienced was probably December 2020. And there was a core algorithm update, but I noticed like, well, at least me personally, like a lot of my affiliate sites got hit. And then in affiliate SEO mastermind, like tons of people were just like, I just got bulldozed. Like this, what's going on? I feel like they attacked affiliate sites. So we ran a correlation study and just took a look at all these various factors. Like what do affiliate sites have that make them look like their affiliate sites? Links above the fold, a high proportion of affiliate links versus normal links, a high proportion of commercial best of content versus informational content. And it was that last one that had correlation. The more commercial content you had versus informational, the higher traffic loss you experienced in the update. And we looked at tons of websites and saw this nice correlation line. So then took action. And then for 6 months, all we published was info content. Now the site's traffic graphs look straight vertical. So it's just like, you got to look at the face of like what just happened here. Try to debug that went wrong, and you can recover. Like we recovered our entire portfolio, and it's been great ever since. So I think like on average, if you're not doing that, if you're kind of just like, okay, whatever's working today, that's what I'm going to do until it doesn't work anymore. I would say probably the average lifetime on a website is like 2 to 3 years, something like that. But if you can debug and recover, infinite.
Nice. All right. So I'll go into like the top 5 things to ensure a high multiple. That's a good one for me, I think. So what do you do to ensure like you can get those bigger, pick the right niche, obviously, but better stuff.
You want to max the multiple, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. The best thing to do is just make more money. So like a website making 50,000 a month gets a higher multiple than 10,000 a month. They scale as well. So that's one thing. The second best thing is actually, this one's probably more impactful. You want to sell on an upward trajectory. So if you sell while the traffic's gaining, the revenue is gaining, you're looking at a 55x multiple right now. If you sell when it's going down, you're looking at a 45x. So timing's perfect. Like, don't wait till the shit hits the fan. Wait, do it on an upward trend. On top of that, what do we have? Like diversification. Diversify your traffic sources. So if you have a little bit of social, like get a Pinterest if that works in your niche, or maybe some paid ads, and make sure the paid ads are profitable, and that'll help. Different monetization sources, so display ads, email marketing, like as much as you can, that'll help your multiple. And then, I mean, that's all I can really think of right now. Maybe niche matters, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really seen a trend in niche, to be honest.
What have you seen really hurt other than what you mentioned in reverse? What have you seen like, oh, if they see that, it's toast? Anything, or no, it doesn't matter as long as it's making money?
Maybe just risky things like 301s. I mean, as a buyer, I'm not that into buying a website that has a bunch of 301s. So
me neither. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Interesting. So when you're starting, you don't ever start fresh domains, right? Never.
Sometimes if it's like in a brand new niche that like I don't know, maybe I wanted to get into NFTs right now. Like you would have to start an NFT domain from scratch. Like I'm sure there's no like NFT domains on Empire Flippers right now that you can get a hold of.
So you're a gambler then? You gamble?
No, I don't like gambling. Do you gamble?
Heck no. I like poker. Yeah, I like
You like
poker.
poker?
Yeah, but with my buddies though, not like online, not for anything real. Yeah.
I prefer to lower risk. Like that's why 90% of the time I'm buying existing sites that are already making money and already proven that like Google likes this domain. I think like at a certain point in business's evolution in this game, like the worst mistake you can make is wasting your team's time. Time is more important than actually like monetary resources. So you got to like pick projects that you know are going to work.
Okay. And man, like we talked about in the very beginning, you look bright, right? You're like, you look, have you found that tracking macros, exercising, do you think that helps your performance?
Sheesh. Let's see. Sleep is the biggest lever for me. Like,
no, man,
dude,
killer,
do you have a Oura ring?
No, I've been pondering it though, like, like tracking like the REM sleep and everything, but it's like, I don't know. You know, like when you first get going, it's like, oh, I got to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this.
It's the best and worst decision you can make is to get like a sleep tracker like this. Like, if you have a great sleep, and you'll get to that point, like you'll start split testing stuff and realizing, oh, if I eat too late, this is gonna make me sleep like crap. If I look at my screen like before bed, that's gonna make me sleep like crap, right? But so like a lot of the time you're gonna have a great sleep, and then your day is gonna be awesome. You're gonna feel great.
Yeah.
But when you don't have it, it's like, okay, I have to feel like shit today. No matter how I feel, the ring told me I have to feel terrible. So like you're gonna get some
so it's like a
landmines.
mind.
Yeah, totally. But overall, like sleep tracking has been incredible. I mean, I also just try to stay healthy, work out and stuff like that. Eat well.
Yeah. Every day?
I eat every day.
No, not eat, exercise every day.
No, like 4 days a week, something like that.
I know that wasn't on the list. I was just curious.
Cool. That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, that's the stuff I really wanted to ask. Like the SEO stuff is for the, I was curious, like, this kind of thing is what I'm curious of. But in any case, so the conference deal, right? I really want, because I see an opportunity, right? I like the idea of the conferences, not to your level, obviously, but if there was any mistakes, right? What's the lesson? Is there any lessons that were picked up along the way? Like, hey, Chris, don't do this. Don't do this. What do you got? Yeah. Anything like that? Help me a little bit.
Should I say it? I mean, honestly, having a conference. All right, I'll put it like this. I won't say it the way I was going to say. I'll put it like this. So we didn't have the conference in 2020 because of COVID, right? And all my businesses went like like that. Conferences take a ton of time, right? So like you're preparing all year for something that just happens in 1 week or maybe 1 day, right?
Yeah.
It takes up a lot of your time, right? And so the other part about this that's not that awesome is like a lot of people say the upside is, well, but there's this intangible benefit. Like you have no idea like what this does for your brand, your reputation, and like the deals that you can make, the opportunities that will come to you. But like that's also a bad thing. I do not have any idea, and I should, because I'm a marketer and I do SEO and I can track all these things, and I should be able to figure out what I get out of my time and stuff like that. So in that sense, like the conferences are really challenging, and you have to really do it for the love. Now that said, like if you can create something magical, right? If you can create something where like people are coming together, it's like a high school reunion type vibe, and friendships are being made, like it's worth it. And someone needs to do it, that kind of stuff in this industry, because it's it needs conferences that are fun, right?
Yeah,
I encourage you, like, man, if you get something going, I'll come. I'll definitely come.
Sweet. Well, wow, really? That's cool to hear. Thanks, man.
I'd love to. I'm
nice.
fiending for some social interaction since COVID, right?
Yeah, that really sucked. I had it for a few days. I just laid on literally like in my box here in my office. I just laid here by these weights here. That's pretty much about it.
Are you literally in a dark room?
Well, I run a small auction company, and in the back I built myself like a little studio.
Okay.
It's about 13 by 6, maybe 5. Yeah.
It's very Dark Knight of you. It's very Batman.
Thank you. Yeah. I try. Batman's not really a real superhero though.
Why? Because no powers?
No powers, yeah.
Okay.
Why would you consider him that's a good question. Do you consider Batman a superhero?
I mean, he hangs out with superheroes. You would think so, but you're right. There's nothing super about him except like
he's rich.
He's rich.
He's rich. That's his power. He's rich.
Yeah,
What a good lesson to teach my son.
What about Tony Stark? Is Tony Stark a superhero?
Not really. Technically, I mean, if with the same logic, no, not really.
Yeah, Star-Lord. He just has like futuristic gadgets. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that we just unraveled all the magic of all this these Disney.
I was just curious. So are you a Star Wars fan?
Star Wars, yeah, indeed.
I love you even more now. Cool. All right. So here's I have a few more mundane questions here. For the outreach over like say just like guest posts. Like, have you seen an actual massive benefit? Like, to me, it's just like, why would I want to go and do all that work when I could give this guy $50? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So to be honest, like for our projects, we want every link we can possibly get, right? Like, so our criteria is we have like a metric criteria and a traffic criteria. And the main criteria is if we don't have the link already, we want it. Like that's how our link builders know they should build a link or not. Is if it's not spammy, then we want it, right? So that means we need to get links from all directions. Like we definitely rely on guest posts, and we'll use authority builders for that. We'll do like some level of guest posting. Like it needs to be done manually, and it needs to be done with a persona. And like if you look at like Diggity marketing, for example, like I'm doing guest posting on HubSpot and stuff like that. Like that needs to be done manually. It can't be just purchased and stuff like that. So
yeah, your backlink profile is ridiculous, dude. Yeah, I've seen that.
So yeah, I mean, and then we're doing link insertions. Those are done through outreach and yeah, all Haro, all the above. Like you really want to do it all. Like if you're going to compete at the crazy levels and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say one's better than the other, but I do like the blend together. Like you do need the Haro and the digital PR for those high-end links that you can't get anywhere else. Link insertions are great for link juice because you're getting links in articles that already have links going to them. So those are awesome. But you can't have too many of those because that's a pretty unnatural thing to have a link profile that's all based on edits of existing content. So you got to get links on new content. That's what guest posts are for. So you kind of just mix it all up. And I don't know. I don't have a perfect ratio. We just want all of them.
I see. So and when you're doing, so then I heard the PR, right? Guest posts. But what about the literal, like, okay, I go scrape the competitors' links and then I'm like sending emails, like that type. Do you think that that's worth it getting into the link graph that way? Because I've had success on some accounts and that's what we did. And it worked wonderful. And then I've tried it in other niches like a chiropractor and it didn't work so well. I just went and bought a bunch of links, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. So like sniping, right? Like you're looking at your competitors' links, and especially like that link intersect feature that Ahrefs has. Like you just take your top 5 competitors and look at what are the links that they all have that I don't have. Like those are ones you probably really need to get. So
yeah,
in those kind of cases, like I think manual outreach, you do need to get that done. And it's also always going to be like cheaper if you're doing the manual outreach yourself. Well, depends if you count like your staff costs and your time costs and all that kind of stuff. But I like doing manual outreach for link insertions still. I mean, we still have a huge, even though I own authority builders and we have links on Fleek, still like we have our own outreach team at LeadSpring too to fill in the gaps on stuff that authority builders doesn't do.
Oh, so then yes, you're a massive fan of getting in the link graph. Not just the ones that they all have in common, but if these sites all have these links, you should go get those for sure.
Yeah,
In your opinion.
totally.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. I was just curious. And then so this is a good one. I get this a lot. So we've talked about links numerous times, right? What percentage of SEO do you actually think is links? I think it's drastically gone down. Do you think different?
I feel so. Oh, your questions are so good. I think like SEO, as you know, is just content and links, right? If you do really good at one of them, you need less of the other. You do really good at both, then you're really destroying everyone else in the SERPs. So I like all the time, right? Like I'm looking at websites all the time for purchase, looking at marketplaces and stuff like that. I see cases with DR10s, DR13s and stuff like that. And whenever they have low authority and low amount of links, you can bet your buns they have a huge amount of content on their site, 500 pages, all niche down right in this tight topic cluster. So like content's super important, right? And then you see things the other way too. You see a DR60 website with the worst content on the internet, but it's still doing well. So like what is this? Who wins right here? I feel like yeah, you're right. Content is starting to push into links and becoming more important. But then again, like the sites that are really crushing all have a ton of links, right? Like all the high ticket affiliate keywords, all the high ticket, like any kind of business keywords are all on DR70s and above, right? It's like you even have your parasite SEO, like Riverfront Times, The Observer, and stuff like that. Why are these websites expert on male enhancement pills? Of course they're not, but they have a DR80, right? So it's tough. I feel like the DR and the authority will lock you into safety, right? You're less susceptible to algorithm updates and stuff like that. The content, you can get fairly far, but I feel like really at the high level, you need both. Such a tough question. Maybe it's like 45, 55 links content, I guess. I have no clue, man. I have no clue. You want both.
You need both.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know I'm getting a couple SEO ones in here just because it's stuff that's been driving me crazy. So I've been stacking in the anchor text. So instead of like targeting a keyword or a phrase, pick the brand name, the phrase, multiple phrases, variations, maybe a whole paragraph, and seeing wonderful success. Have you been seeing this across your type of projects?
Bro, you caught me red-handed. I haven't done anchor text selection in a long time, but I will check with the team and see what they're.
Oh yeah, so no, okay. Yeah. And then I just had other little tiny questions. I mean, that really wraps up the main primary questions, and we've been going for quite some time. You've been gracious with your time, and I even gave you a bunch of headache with Melon app. Don't buy that, right? Don't use that.
It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. Yeah. It's just this perfect storm.
And the last piece is I heard you mention DR numerous times. So you're an Ahrefs fan through and through.
I guess so.
Yep. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Matt. Thank you, brother.
It's been a fun time. Good questions and nice to finally catch up.
Yeah. Excellent. So thank you for having me. No, thank you. Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Matt. Have a good one.
All right, take care, brother.
Yep. Bye-bye. Cool, man.
Sweet.